So PayMe was our first foray into building a completely digital payments proposition that we wanted to make open to everybody in Hong Kong. So one of the first principles that we had around it was to make sure that anyone could use it. You didn't just have to be an HSBC customer. So what we were trying to accomplish with the first release of PayMe in the MVP stage of it was to solve was basically a customer friction point, which was the perception that it was difficult to transfer money between banks. So we wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to do that, and to really show that we could onboard people very seamlessly into an app and allow them to have an enjoyable experience of transferring small amounts of money between friends. It complements what we do within the mobile banking space. So PayMe itself will evolve past just the P2P side of things. So we do expect the use case and the functionality to expand into merchant payments, for example. So we think of it as an everyday payments application. We just haven't reached a stage of maturity that we've developed that into the market yet. But it's not a place where we expect people to necessarily manage wealth. We think that still gets done inside the mobile banking applications that we've got. So it's a complementary experience for our customers. We have a product or a function inside our online banking called Easy Pay, which was actually the first release of P2P functionality. And that allowed our customers and those of Hang Seng Bank to transfer money, small amounts, between those accounts using just a mobile phone number. PayMe took it another step forward, which was we allowed you to connect over any social channel that you might already have connections with friends with. So for example, I didn't need to know your bank account number, but if I was a friend with you on WhatsApp or Facebook, you could send the payment message over those channels and connect that way. We're really allowing customers to drive the development of the product. So we've done already 12 releases this year. We only launched in February, but we get constant user feedback, and we've got a group of people called the PayMe Insiders we invited in, and before we do any release or before we think about developing any new function, we go out and talk to that base and find out what they think about it. We allow them to give us direct feedback as to how the product needs to evolve to meet their needs. So I think from that perspective, what we've created is an innovation platform. We don't actually know necessarily what the end result of it's going to be, because we're constantly changing what we're delivering to market based on how users are telling us they want the product to develop. What we love about this product is it's inherently a network product, and it generates its own traction. So for every payment, there's two people involved. So and this was the key objective that we had, is that we wanted to make it easy for the people on the receiving end of these payments to be able to onboard onto the product easily and start using it themselves. So actually, if you weren't on the product and I was to send you a transaction, you would have an option of actually cashing that money out and putting it into your bank account without having to download the app, and we allow you to do that once. But if we were to continue to do that, we'd ask you to download the app and use it. So actually, the invitation that we send to people to collect money in itself generates more people coming onto the platform, and it grows that way. So that's the base case that we've got for this, which is it's a product that naturally evolves on its own, and we do push it. We've got strategies around acquisition in social media channels. We've partnered with a music festival this year, Clock and Flap. So we've got some awareness going on in the market as well, but we've really seen actually a natural growth rate from this as people find the experience good. They tell people and they start using it, and it's been driving the product growth on its own. I think the customer experience is going to get better. So I think what we've delivered this year has been foundational in trying to understand how an organization this large, which is often regarded as having lots of legacy systems that are difficult to navigate, we've been able to deliver a product actually in a very short space of time with a very fast iteration cycle. That means we're delivering customers better experiences, and I think that's going to continue into next year, and we can take those learnings and then put them into the other products that we're developing, the other experiences we're developing. So we've got good traction around, for example, the mobile banking space, and part of what we're trying to do is direct more people into mobile banking experiences, because that's where the people live on their phones. So I think the outlook for next year is more and better experiences, because we're getting much better and faster at being able to deliver those.